A lot of people, they grow old, but they don't grow wiser. They don't grow more mature. We already have too many of those people. So when you're a fresh grad, pursue learning, pursue growth. Don't pursue the money. A lot of young ones, especially here in the Philippines, I see that they're after money. Kaka-graduate pa lang, gusto na ng salary na 40,000, 50,000.
I have a question actually. It's from me. Do you think, and I've also had people who approach me and ask the same question, should I finish college?
That is a very, very
If
good question to ask me.
because people now are questioning, because there are actually a lot of content creators on TikTok who are saying that you don't need a college degree to start a business, but you could just, instead of spending money on your tuition fee, you could use it as your capital to start a business. So I want to hear your thoughts as someone who graduated college and now is super successful and super yaban. I think you could learn a lot from you, even me as a
Thank
young
you.
entrepreneur, and also the many Zillennials that are watching that are currently in college and trying to get by or hardly getting by.
Okay. First of all, that's a very good question, especially because for those who know that I got almost kicked out of college and doing IT work now. I'm an IT graduate, not doing IT work. I'm in the marketing industry, digital marketing to be specific. My answer would be it depends on your risk appetite. So if you want to have a fallback, definitely finish college. Let's say your business doesn't fly, doesn't succeed because of whatever reason, right? Then you have something to fall back to because you have a college degree. That's how I see it. That's how I look at it. One of the things that I also imagine doing maybe someday is to migrate to another country when I'm older. New Zealand has zero records of the virus in this whole fiasco worldwide. So when I'm older, seems like a good place to retire. And here in the Philippines, my chances of dying as a senior is very, very high if this happens again. So I wouldn't want that risk. I guess if I don't have a college degree, it might be difficult for me to migrate when I'm much older. So those are some of the things that actually come into my mind personally, especially during this time. But yeah, I would say it depends on your risk appetite. If you have high appetite for risk, you really think you can make it, go to the moon and back, and you're still alive and in one piece, then by all means skip college. But if you want that safety net for yourself now, if my business fails, at least I have a diploma for this. At least I graduated this and I can still find a job. Then definitely graduate. Definitely finish college.
Because I remember Pastor Dennis answering the same question on TikTok, and he was like, you can do both, the man. But if you're going to school from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., then you can work on your business afterwards. Something like that. And then he would show his diploma, and sabi niya,
Yeah.
this is the best investment I've ever made. And then he would show you college diploma from DLSU. So yeah, I think you guys have the answer. There you have it. So identify your risk appetite. And I mean, would you agree that not everyone is like suited for business?
Yes, 100%. I know some people straight up telling me I don't want to do business. I just want to be an employee. And no judgment from me there. If they want to do that, that makes them happy, then go ahead.
Right, right. So when people, when the business path doesn't really pan out for them in the future, then I agree with you. At least you have a fallback, you have a degree that could, help you get into corporate, and you'd be able to learn a lot from there. You can also get mentors there as well, and eventually maybe start a business on your own, right? And at least you already have the connections, you have also the working experience. And unfortunately, like 75% of the employers here require someone with a college degree to start. There's one that asks, sige, maybe I could let you answer it. What's your best advice to fresh grads?
Best advice. I think that's the best advice I could give. Do not let your schooling interfere with your education. Don't think that when you graduate, that's it. You're done. You're done learning. You're done with your curiosity. You're done with the knowledge that you can get because the world has so much to teach you, but it's not going to teach you if you're not seeking for that, if you're not seeking to learn. A lot of people, they grow old, but they don't grow wiser. They don't grow more mature. We already have too many of those people. So when you're a fresh grad, pursue learning, pursue
Mhm.
growth. Don't pursue the money. A lot of young ones, especially here in the Philippines, I see that they're after money. Kakagraduate pa lang, gusto na ng salary na 40,000, 50,000. Nothing wrong with wanting more salary for you, but don't put it above learning and growth when you're young. Learning and growth is always going to be the best value giver. And when you have value, then people pay value for you. Some young people kasi wala pang value, gustong malaki ng salary, hindi talaga yun mangyayari. So, invest in yourself. When you grow in the value, in your own value, because you're learning so much, you're getting a lot of growth, and
Mhm.
money's just gonna follow you around, you know. You're gonna get a lot of value for that. So,
Right. I
yeah.
agree. I mean, if you work hard on your job, then you'll make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, then you'll make a fortune. So even for me, like the same thing that Sean did, I attended a lot of Masterclass. I even paid money for that because I knew that if I learn more now, then I'd be able to, earn more later on. And if let's say that you do land on a job and you lose that job, your only source of income, at least you have the skill set to offer to other people, or you have, a skill set that could provide value to the marketplace. So that's what I would say.
One question from Tyrene that's interesting, and I want to hear your take on this, Tony. What is your best advice for aspiring young entrepreneurs?
I think this is the perfect question for someone like me who is considered young. And, I would say a lot of fresh grads, or even those who are about to enter college, feel as if they need to find their calling, or to find their purpose, or to find that fixed career path that they can get onto. But I would say don't use your 20s to find your calling or your passion. If anything, use your 20s as a time for you to figure out what you don't want to do. And that's being able to take on any opportunity that presents itself. It's being able to try everything and to risk more. Because as they say, people who are in their 20s have an unfair advantage because you have the time to be able to take more risks, or to go through failures, right? Like even if you fail 3, 4, 5 times, you'll still be able to pick yourself back up because you can afford to take more risks compared to people who are in their 40s or maybe in their 50s, right? Some of them have more financial obligations, so they can't afford to take more risks than what you can do now. So that's what I would say as a young entrepreneur myself.
Very good answer. For me, I think it would be do what makes you come alive. Do what makes you come alive. Whatever it is that you think you could be the best at, that you're doing without people paying you to do it, keep doing that. Keep getting better at it. Key is consistency and discipline. I know it's not the sexiest word you can hear, especially from someone like me, but that's really what makes entrepreneurs successful. It's not about luck. It's not about the economy. It's not about who has the biggest capital. It's about consistency and discipline. A lot of you listening here know my story, how I became CEO at 22. It's a series of divine interventions. Even if I say it's divine interventions, I had to move. I had to make myself better. Champions are not made in the ring when the contest is on. Champions are made in the gym when they're training, when they're studying their opponents and watching the highlight reels of previous boxing matches. And it's like with us, game day is when practice shows up. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined with practice. Sometimes you see entrepreneurs, we think, oh, they're a one hit wonder, they're an overnight sensation. It's never like that. We only see it when the media and the spotlights are already on their faces, but we don't see the blood, sweat, and tears they had to shed during the difficult times when they were still doing it in the gym, when they were still working out, when they were still practicing, studying the market, studying their opponent. So yeah, that's gonna be my advice.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It reminds me of that saying where it's best to focus on things that you can control. So you can't control the market economy, you can't control your competition or the amount of content creators that come on the platform, but you can always do more activity. Put out more content or get up earlier, train harder, work more hours. So yeah, that is a good advice.
Oh, hey, and since you're here, can you do me a favor? Can you hit on the subscribe button and hit the bell button and select all notifications so that whenever we have a new video, you're going to be the first one to know. Until then, keep leading.
And there was that light bulb moment of, yeah, I could be a coach. I could help people and help them figure out. And it was lockdown really that prompted me to retrain and to set up my business, really realizing that this is what I want to do. So I became an accredited life coach, and yeah, like I say, I haven't looked back.